takes a year or two to really get a team that really wasn't that well, that really wasn't good, and really put them have the chemistry come together and make them a very good team that can go someplace possibly and really deep into the playoffs. And I think that the Clippers can do that this year. I think that obviously they didn't do that last year. They lost to the Grizzlies, and I think that they will have that in their heads when they make it to the playoffs this year, and they're going to go deep. I can see them going as far as the Western Conference Finals, in my opinion. I think that the two LA teams top the Western Conference, and then you have the Thunder going to number three. So, kind of running out of time. Quickly, just give me your NBA Finals and then your 2012-2013 NBA Finals champion.
Okay, well, this finals is my picks are going to be a little stereotypical. So I'm going to give you two kind of scenarios here. In any case, I think the Heat will make it in from the East. They're just too good for any team in that conference. The fact that I have a team like Indiana at number two and Philadelphia number three, teams who would never really be considered a title equation in a normal year for a conference, kind of just speaks volumes about how easy the run should be for Miami. I'm not saying it will be, but it should be after the dominance we saw last season. In the West, I do think it'll be LA, but just say they don't make the playoffs, I actually think this season will be. I didn't even list them in my top three, but I could think it would be the last hurrah for the San Antonio Spurs, who I think they do still have something left in the tank to get back to the finals this year.
Okay. So you're saying Lakers and Heat. That's going to be a good finals. And last question. Who you got?
Um, I really hate to say it, as a Southern California native, I'm a big Laker fan, but the Miami Heat are just too stacked on every part of their roster. Ray Allen, as evidenced by his good performance tonight, will be a key factor for this team. If he stays healthy all year, there's no way any team is touching the Heat this season. The Heat are the NBA champions.
I'm just gonna say this to really end what you said. I really liked your input on the three teams from each conference, and obviously you had to admit it. The Heat are gonna win it again this year as repeat champions. But in the last couple of years, teams players, not play, okay, players have been going obviously to teams that have been really good. Look at Derek Fisher. He goes. He's a free agent. He goes to the Thunder. You go see LeBron James, the big deal. He goes to Miami. He doesn't want to be on Cleveland anymore. And now you have Ray Allen. He wants to go to Miami. Dwight Howard. He wants to leave Orlando. He was thinking of going to Brooklyn, and then he goes to Los Angeles. It's now for money and for a championship, pretty much. Just what all the good players are looking for an opportunity to go somewhere and win a championship. Seems like right now. Look at Joe Johnson. He was going to Brooklyn right now. Darren Williams. He was thinking about going to Los Angeles and wanting to become. He wanted to partner with Dwight Howard to win a championship. It's about winning a championship and getting money. So that's all I have to say. Thank you, Sam, for being on the show. Any final words? Any encouragement for the Lakers and the Clippers as the season starts today?
It was really great to be on the show. Before I leave, I'd like to give a shout out to a team I think could be a major sleeper out in the East this year, and that's Cleveland. Great performance tonight. I really like Anderson Barrage out stat line with 9 points and 23 rebounds. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Steven, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Sam. That was Sam Rosen from Sam's Situation. So you guys should tune in to also that show. We have some great shows here on the National Sports radio station here on Spreaker.com. So please listen to our shows, like us, follow us, or what? Like us on Facebook, follow us here on Spreaker. I'll give you more info on my Twitter and my Facebook account um, at the end of the show. When we come back, Robert Dieters, the president of the National Sports Radio Station, and he is also a pretty much a all sports analyst. He'll be talking about the big topic that is kind of a sleeper topic, all the rookies that are going to be coming out here in the NBA this year. Look at Anthony Davis, Austin Rivers. Those are just for the Hornets. Harrison Barnes. Just keep it going. These are all good players. Michael Kidd Gilchrist. These guys are going to be good. Robert Deers is going to be on the show in 30 seconds. Commercial break is here, and when we come back, we'll be taking care of that. And I'll have one more guy on the show, Chris Silvestri. Mostly on my baseball shows, he'll be doing a little bit of basketball talk. When we come back to the NBA Weekly Show here on October 30th.
Pablo Picasso and paintbrushing my discussion when we touching Russian it's like that though.
Yo, I ride upon the trail, my heart's pumping oxygen like Indians and moccasins. I've been cheated and crossed, tossed aside. My tribe's trying to survive, yet the government's rise never came. So I strain to break dance with wolves till the presence action changed. Who shot the sheriff? I'm embarrassed by the trickery. So some come aboard the bandwagon of hickory. My lazy
È strano se sfiorandomi riemergerai dal buio. Riposa un po', mia cara Belle, il tuo regno sai non brilla più.
Welcome back to the NBA Weekly. My name is Stephen Hughes, and give you a little bit of recap on the first less than 40 minutes or so of the show. Um, pretty much, we've been talking about the game, the big game that we had today, the Heat and the Celtics. The Heat taking that one, 120 to 107. We had a discussion with Cameron Sadeghi on that, and then just before this last commercial break, we will be I was talking to Sam Rosen from Sam's Situation, a show that we have at Spreaker.com, and we were talking about what to expect in the top three in the Eastern and Western Conference. What he thought, what two teams he thought were going to go to the NBA Finals, and what team, the Miami Heat, quote quote, was to win the NBA Finals. Now we'll be talking about rookies. Just get the rookies. Just get the rookies here. It's Robert Dieters, the president of the National Sports Radio Station. Robert, welcome to my first edition of NBA Weekly.
No problem, Steven. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Robert, it's great to have you on my show. My first show. I'm really happy that you're on. And let's get it started. The 2012 draft was full of a lot of players and just awesome. Anthony Davis and Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers out of Duke University, and I'm so pumped up with this. And Austin Rivers going to the Hornets too with the 10th overall pick. Robert, uh, just give me some guys to watch for, some rookies to watch for this season.
Well, I gotta tell you, Anthony Davis is one of them, and everybody, he's the big talk. And he did great over the summer league as he went for 14.9 points with 9.9 rebounds and 1.6 blocks. And this guy's gonna be a major contributor for the Hornets coming into this season.
All right, just looking at the board right now from last year's draft, look at all these players. You have Thomas Robinson out of Kansas going to Sacramento, really boosting up the big man spot in Sacramento. That's pretty big in my opinion, especially since Sacramento, who has a very good another good big man, DeMarcus Cousins. So, do you have any other rookies? Just look at
Yeah,
just look at
actually,
this.
I was looking at some other stuff for the number one. Since after the summer D League, these were the kind of the top fixtures. Damian Lillard Portland Trailblazers, and he came out of Weber State, and no one really